This is Express Training Bites. I am Brandon Petrich. I have an awesome guest today. We have the VP over at Distributor Central, Tiffany Tarr, and she is going to be talking to us today about how you can be using websites to target your customers. So, Tiffany, take it away.
Okay. I've been doing webinars and all kinds of live events since March, and this is the first time I've ever been Facebook Live, so I'm very, very nervous. But I appreciate everyone taking the time to come today. I was going to talk today about niche marketing, and not necessarily just about websites, but about niche marketing in general. We've really seen a big trend in the last several months, really since kind of shutdown started to happen, and distributors trying to target specific markets that are still in a buying mode right now. And there's a lot of markets that are. And what I've seen from both suppliers and distributors is I've seen suppliers really hone in on their skill sets and figure out what types of markets their products work really well for, and help distributors segment their product lines to target those markets. And that is so great. I'm so stoked to see some of these suppliers that have really just provided so many great resources to distributors. And so I wanted to talk a little bit about focusing in on the market, focusing in on maybe an industry or a product segment, and how to use technology to achieve that. So if you don't really understand or don't know what niche marketing is just a strategy that helps you focus or target a market versus marketing to everyone. I think there's a place for both in a distributor's business. I definitely think that there's a place for an all-encompassing website that has everything and all different kinds of options and a really strong message on who you are as a company and who you are as a distributor and all of the different ways that you can service or help a client. I also think that within your business, there is an opportunity to then think about product lines or think about industries that you like working in and industries that you do well with, and start to create technology, either content or websites, and streamline your marketing by targeting those markets with a website and content information that directly speaks to that market or to those people that are searching for those types of products. So niche marketing makes it easier for a business to build your brand loyalty. It makes it easier to identify projects that you want to work within, and also helps your customer understand the skill sets that you're really good at. A niche website is a website that caters to a small segment of your overall business. It allows you to focus on a market, it allows you to focus on a product segment, and it really set yourself and your brand apart from the things that your competition might not be doing. They might not be identifying ways that they can help the industries for maybe like the real estate industry or the insurance industry or school. And we saw a lot of it with PPE, and we saw the distributors that really got focused fast and were able to get digital content out there, either with a website or using like email marketing, like MailChimp. We saw those distributors become very successful very fast. And when the pandemic started, I started covering our customer service lines. And the thing that I picked up the fastest was that distributors knew that they needed to target those markets. Distributors knew that they needed to figure out a way to sell PPE types of items, but what they didn't know how to do, or the thing that was going to take them the longest amount of time, was building those websites and putting all of that content together in a digital format. So I'm hoping that what I show you today will give you some new ideas on how to use technology and use some of the resources I'm going to show you today from Distributor Central to start to think about niche marketing and how you can set yourself apart. So I'm going to talk about four things, or there's four really how-tos, I think, on what and how to decide what segments of markets you want to focus on. Choose a niche that you like. If there's things that you're good at or things that you like or that you're passionate about, you're probably going to take those more seriously than things that you're not really interested in. So maybe you've got a kid in high school, and so you understand all the booster kinds of activities that that schools need. You understand all the apparel that they're going to need and all of the gaiters that they're going to need. And so that might be a market. If that's something that you're already kind of involved in, it might be a really great way to segment your business and to build a website or a niche site that focuses on K through 12 products and K through 12 events and what products work well with those events. And then to set up the site. So I think that having a niche market, the things that I would be paying attention to is what information is out there that is pertinent to that market or to that product set. And you can then use things like WordPress or other blogs to create content or create reasons why someone would want to buy from you. And you can create landing pages on your website where you can have lead behind or trickle in marketing, where a customer can leave an email on your website and they can get a document on the 9 different ways that your school can help make money with fundraiser products or whatever that content is. But choosing your niche and then choosing a site and a template and using technology out there to back up that niche are things that you'll want to do. And I'll show you on Distributor Central some things that we've done from a graphic and a website standpoint that I think will really help. And then researching and creating that content to push into the website as well. It's not just the product, it's the content and the reasons why. And there is so much great content out there right now, I think really more than ever, from suppliers on statistics on their product lines or statistics on the types of products that they have. I saw a really great webinar from Aprons where she had all of these statistics on the types of masks that were perfect for this age group or that age group, or different types of businesses. So there's all of those things out there that you can pull that content in and repurpose it on your website so that you've got a product selection, but you've also got the reasons why and the stats behind it on why a customer would need this kind of a product or why they should be buying from you. And then promoting your content and using lead behind marketing to capture and grow your list. So that's something that I think that I don't know that distributors are always thinking about. Typically the calls that I have is, how do I get my list bigger? How do I get my customer's email address? How do I find their address, their personal address, because they're not in their offices? There are tools out there that are free that you can incorporate into a website to capture that information. So I'm going to share my screen and just walk through just a couple of things. I'm hoping that this is helpful information, and these are things that you can use to generate some new ideas. I'm going to share my screen. If you're not familiar with what I do at Distributor Central is a completely free resource to you as a distributor. Everything that we do start to finish is free to every distributor in the industry. We will help you with product research. We will help you find suppliers. We will help you generate new ideas. You can search for product specials, but you can also create websites, as many websites as you want, or company stores. And we do all of that hosting and all of that website platform tools at absolutely no cost to you as a distributor. So this is a way for you to be able to segment that market or find some niche markets to focus on and it not become a financial burden as well. So this is what Distributor Central looks like. This is what every account looks like. But when you get into your Distributor Central account, under the website section and under the hosting manager, you're going to see several templates that we've created to help you focus in and start to segment markets that you want to focus on. We've been creating more and more of these templates. We create almost one a month at this point, but there are several areas out there that are from a sales standpoint that are just not going to change. So one of the new templates that we've recently created is this calendar shop. So if you know the thing that's not going to change between now and at the end of 2021 is the days of the week and the days on the calendar. So these are products that are going to have to get sold in 2021, regardless of anything else that happens, anything else in the world that could possibly happen. So we've tried to take a look at some of those areas that are hot markets right now, and we've created these niche templates for you to use. And all you have to do is just use the template, update a little bit of content, maybe about yourself or your business, upload your logo through the wizard, and you can have one of these templates ready to go in minutes. So we've created several, this calendar shop, for example. Here's a holiday catalog already put together that focuses on all the fourth quarter items that are going to be popular. And there's several different suppliers. And we collaborated with several suppliers on this holiday shop template as well. USA Made is still a product segment that's been very popular. We've also created some templates where you can use them to generate more lead activity. And you can use this technology on any template, but this template's already been done for you with that, where it's got a leave behind. It allows your customer, if they're coming to your website and you've got some content or some good tips on getting results from promotional products, so how to help a business stay either in business or continue to set themselves apart through promotional products, you can create these types of marketing pieces, and your customer, all they have to do is put their first and last name and their email address in, and then they'll get that research that's been provided by probably suppliers in the industry. They'll get that research, and then you will capture their first, last name, and their email address, which is really everything that you need to get started as you're prospecting for new customers. And then if you're using other free tools out there in the world, like a MailChimp, you can integrate that MailChimp piece with this lead capture block, so that once your customer has registered on your website to get that 9 steps for generating results through promotional products, not only are they going to get that and you're going to gain that contact information, but that contact information will then flow into your MailChimp account for additional email segments and email marketing in the future. So using tools like this is a really great way to continue to build your list and build your book of business and create yourself additional prospects without having to maybe do some traditional prospecting by picking up the phone. So using your website to do that prospecting for you is another really great way to set yourself apart, and then using content that is related to the template or to the market that you're focusing on are really great tools that you could use. So you can use any of these templates. Distributor Central's got one that's already got a virtual design tool on it. We've got ones that are segmented just for hats and caps, or you can create your own. So if there's a template, there's a market segment that you're wanting to focus on, and there's not a template out there for that, or you're wanting to create an additional page on a website, a couple of ways that you can get some additional graphics or additional resources is anytime we've been putting together some of those graphics for those niche market websites, we've been adding them to Distributor Central's homepage in our graphics bundles. So if you didn't want to create a website that was targeting a market, if you didn't want to create a standalone website, but you wanted to update your website with a page on it for USA made products, but you needed some help with the graphics, we've created those for you, where all you'll have to do is download the graphic bundle, and you can update your slider bars on your Distributor Central website with those additional product segments. And then use the collection manager to collect all those products in your account. And then you've provided them a market that you can sell to them in, USA made. And when they click that graphic, they'll drill into all the products that you want to promote that fit that USA made category. So as we've been working on creating those niche market websites, we've also been creating the graphics bundle to match them in case you wanted to use those graphics in other places. But maybe there's a niche market out there that we haven't yet created a graphic bundle for or a template for, but you had enough skill sets to be dangerous where you wanted to put together your own graphics. There's some really great free resources out there that you could use. One that I've been using and one that we're using at the Distributor Central's marketing department is Canva. It's a really great way for you to, if you've decided on a market that you want to focus on, you can use Canva to search for that market and pull back graphics that fit social media posts, fit the slider bar images. You can update or edit those graphics. So Canva is a way that you could, if we didn't happen to have those graphics readily available, you could create those graphics for those niche markets that you want to start focusing in on. Other tools that are out there that are free that you can incorporate back into your website that I really like are things like HubSpot and tools like MailChimp, where it's working for you and helping you tag or segment your client base so that you're meeting your customer where they want to be met. So if you've got a customer that came to you from your K through 12 website, you know that those are products that they're going to be interested in, so that you can segment your customer list to continue to send them marketing or continue to send them content that fits what they're interested in. But then if you've got a customer that came to you from maybe your health and wellness website, then you know that health and wellness is something that they're very interested in. So as you're creating blogs or you're seeing content out there that fits what that customer is, you can use your MailChimp account to segment your customer base so that you can continue to market to them in the way that they want to be marketed to, and you're not sending content that isn't pertinent to what they've kind of got going on in their world or in their life. So what we've talked about today is what a niche market is, how to identify markets that you would want to focus on. And I would talk with suppliers as well on markets that they're seeing a lot of volume in, and then markets that you're just passionate about, because you're always going to do something a little bit, I think, more full throttle when it's something that you're really passionate about. And then Distributor Central will provide you a free resource to target that market. Will help you get the graphics together. If we don't have them, there's other tools out there like Canva that are free to help you gather enough graphics and enough content to put a site together. And we'll help. We've got webinars and all kinds of ways that will help and help you make sure your website's successful. And then using additional marketing tools like MailChimp or HubSpot are a way to collect your customer base and segment your customer base so that you know the types of products that your customers want to be sold, and that you're providing them follow-up or additional resource content and markets that or on products that they're going to want to buy in the future. Brandon, have any questions come in since we've been talking about this?
You know, actually, there's quite a few people watching, but I think they're just taking a bunch of notes because you got a bunch of great tips in there. So in the chat box, I did link Distributor Central's website. So if you guys are watching this live, go over to the chat. I don't know what side it's on, but you can click on that to go to their website to see all these templates that she was showing you. And then also I linked in Canva because I think that is a great tool as well. One of the things that I really like the most about what you're talking about today is you get a lot of people now that are really struggling to try and figure out how they take their old way of selling, the knocking on the door, and what is that new way of knocking on the door. So I think you've done a really good job there, but can you talk a little bit more about how to choose a niche that you like? That's one of I know that's your number one thing of your 4 how-tos. Yeah. But like, how do you come up with something like that?
You know, I think that maybe just look at the things or the hobbies that you're interested in, or look at other businesses that you think are really interesting. My family's been in the construction industry for years, so I know enough about construction to be wildly dangerous, but I understand that market just a little bit. So maybe that's a market that I would focus on. Maybe you've got a friend that's a real estate agent and you could get some really helpful tips on things that agents are struggling with right now. And then you could use that information or, that wealth of knowledge to figure out things that agents would like to see and go find products that meet that. And then now you've created a niche. So I would look around, honestly, at things that I'm either doing already, things I'm involved in, or friends that are in markets that I find slightly interesting, and ask them what they're struggling with, or ask them how they're building their business or they're staying in front of their customers, and then just go find products that that would, or even talk to suppliers about those markets and get some resources and some suggestions and build a couple of product lists inside Distributor Central. And then start to use that as kind of your launch pad to figure out what you like and what you don't like. And with Distributor Central being a free resource, there's no harm, no foul. If you tried a niche and I don't like this one anymore. I don't like this business. Okay, cool. Shut it down. Try again. And so it's just, you don't know. Like in the beginning, in March, when all of this happened, I sat down and I felt sorry for myself for about 24 hours. And then I decided, I don't know what I don't know right now. So let's just figure this out. And by talking to distributors and talking what their fears were, talking with suppliers, we were able to create this PPE template. I figured out really quickly that the thing that they were struggling with and they didn't know what to do is what I was struggling with. I don't know where to start, but I know how to build websites. So we started with the website and we created this template. And I've heard a couple of stories recently where a distributor started right also in March, and she also didn't know what to do, but she knew she is going to have to build a book of business without being able to go face to face with a customer. So she created this PPE website and immediately started just sending it to people that she did know and was able to start generating revenue day one. So sometimes you don't know either. And the best way to figure out what you need to be doing is by not knowing what you need to do and just asking questions. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. No, I think that's fantastic. And what's great about this style of marketing, especially in digital, it is pliable. It can change. It adapts to any type of situation that you or your business or your customer's business may be in. So that's
Yeah.
fantastic.
And you can
So
grow with it. We failed at a bunch of things when we were doing this, and you can grow with it. No one really knows that we failed, or I thought we could have done it better, because digital is so fast. You can just change it the next time or change it on the next post.
Yep.
And I don't know that we're going to see our customers. I don't think we're going to see, I'm not going to be able to go and do what I used to do probably now until June of next year. And we've all got to figure out a way to be interesting online, stay in front of our customers, and sell products. And Distributor Central's platform being free gives you a bunch of ways that you can set yourself apart, stay in front of your customer, have an e-commerce checkout, continue to generate revenue without actually having to be face-to-face. And I think that by incorporating niche marketing, these kinds of calls with, and then staying in front of your customer this way, and then staying in front of your customer with valuable blog content on why things are working, or, if you see an article on masks that comes out from the news, being able to quickly pull that in, add it to your blog, and then get it back out to the customers that would be interesting to, is the way that you're going to be successful in 2021.
Absolutely. No, absolutely. I think, and in this industry too, we are so touchy-feely, right? I mean, that's why our trade shows work so well, is because everybody can feel the product, touch the product, actually use the product in real life. And so now with everybody working from home or being home or being digital, being able to use both at the same time. So sending your customer a sample that they can then go directly to the website and get all of the information and questions answered while they're holding that product in their hand is going to be 10 times better than them having to schedule a webinar with you. And then you got to do all of, like, this website runs 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. That's what is fantastic about the internet. So
yeah, no, it is. It's great. And it's the way that it's the way that you're going to have to adapt. And so by having a website that's just selling to everyone, I think is so important. I think a distributor should have a really great baseline website with who they are as a company, a good, healthy product set of products that they have resources to, so that you can give a customer an overall overview of things that you can do. But then I think that going out and segmenting and creating some microsites or some, I just lost the word. I lost the additional URLs. I just lost it. But creating some subset markets, subset product lines that you can send to customers that are going to need those types of products, like when the PPE thing was kind of erupting. Sending them to those kinds of customers is the way that you're going to get in front of your customer faster and differentiate yourself faster.
Awesome. Hey, real quick. So to wrap up, can you give those 4 how-tos, just the quick headlines of each of those 4 tips?
So I would choose a niche. I would set up a site using one of those templates, or updating a template to match the niche of your choice by maybe using Canva. I would research the product and or industry and create content. And I would use something like there's a ton of free blogs out there, but like a WordPress, and I would incorporate it into that website as well, and create content that is important and will meet your customer where they want to be met, and help them buy what they want to buy. And then promote that content and continue to grow your customer list so that you can continue to stay in front of your customer with additional resources and additional content that is important to them and their business and or their lifestyle.
That is awesome. Thank you so much, Tiffany. Hey, so real quick, how can people get a hold of you if they have more questions about this?
You can get a hold of me at my email is great. Facebook is great. So Tarr@distributorcentral.com. Most people know me as Tarr anyway. So Tarr@distributorcentral.com. You can reach out. I'm pretty fast on Facebook Messenger, or any other social media platform. You can find me or find us, or info@distributorcentral.com, and we'll get you resources that you need or answer questions that you have.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Tiffany, for being here today. I want to go ahead and say thank you for watching as well, and we will see you guys next Thursday on Express Training Bites.